put them at 5-4. If Swarthmore were to win today, they would also be 5-4, but because they're only one game played against an opponent in field hockey, they don't have the tiebreaker against Washington College. So that loss back on October 12th could loom large in the mix here. But for the most part, Washington College would have to lose their last two, and a lot of help would have to happen in the process. So there's still some playing going on. Hopkins, Franklin, Marshall, Bryn Mawr in. Washington College most likely in. But this game here, Swarthmore hosting Bryn Mawr, a team they have handled in the past. This one could be one that is very important for postseason aspirations if head coach Hannah Harris wants to get her Garnet back to the conference playoffs for the second year in a row. Again, they will have Haverford on Saturday, 4 o'clock. We will have that one for you here on the Garnet Sports Network. We will keep you posted as best we can on the other games going on as well. But we've got an important one here, as last year Bryn Mawr won this contest. We'll see if Swarthmore can turn around and do that. And right now, let's turn it over to our PA announcer for the announcement of the starting lineups.
For the visiting Owls, a junior from West Gardner, Massachusetts, number 2, Tekla Jubenville. A sophomore from Ashburn, Virginia, number 3, Eva Yukaru. A senior from Middleton, Massachusetts, number 4, Courtney Cutone. A first year from Voorburg, Netherlands, number 5, Aniek van Borkum. A first year from Dallas, Pennsylvania, number 7, Maggie Barilla. A sophomore from Newport, Pennsylvania, number 8, Hazel Miller. A sophomore from Millington, Maryland, number 11, Kate Irwin. A sophomore from Stigen, Netherlands, number 15, Novi Chatnilik. A junior from Smithtown, New York, number 32, Sarah Chapman. A senior from Sag Harbor, New York, number 33, Paige Schaefer. And in goal, a senior from Mansfield, New Jersey, number 55, Maggie Titus. Head coach for the Owls is Victor Brady. And now, the starting lineup for your Swarthmore Garnet. A sophomore from Denver, Colorado, number 2, Grace Fuselier. A first year from Glenville, New York, number 5, Amelia Landry. A first year from Milton, Delaware, number 8, Emma Duffield. A senior from Raritan, New Jersey, number 10, Martina Campbell. A junior from North Wales, Pennsylvania, number 11, Deborah Kim. A senior from Glen Ridge, New Jersey, number 12, Grace Twitchell. A senior from Austin, Texas, number 13, Callie Cho. A junior from Sudbury, Massachusetts, number 17, Brooke Findlay. A junior from Brookfield, Wisconsin, number 22, Amanda Ressler. A senior from Collingswood, New Jersey, number 23, Quinn Basewitz. And in goal, a first year from Wantage, New Jersey, number 34, Cassandra Conklin. Head coach for the Garnet is Hannah Harris. She is assisted by Amy McFarland, Ainsley Rhodes, and Tara Hausker. We will now be presenting our national anthem.
Well, the pregame preliminaries are over. We are moments away from the center pass here at Clothier Field. Your starting goaltenders for the Owls of Bryn Mawr under head coach Victor Brady in his 7th season. He was a grad here in 2013 at Swarthmore. He'll send out Maggie Titus for the 4th straight year against the Garnet. She is 12-3 with a 1.45 goals against, a 7.81 save percentage. She has allowed 21 goals, 75 saves. She has been part of 5 shutouts. She had won her first 2 meetings as a freshman and as a sophomore against Swarthmore. But then last year, and I misspoke and I apologize, Swarthmore got even 1-0 in a win here, or a win at Bryn Mawr. And that's the first time that Maggie Titus has lost to Swarthmore. Career, she has allowed 4 goals and had 15 saves against the Garnet. Meanwhile, for the Garnet, someone who hasn't been part of this matchup, it is Cassandra Conklin, the freshman out of Wantage, New Jersey. Comes in with a 1.40 goals against. She has led the way. She is the keeper here for the Garnet, 9-6 record, a 7.72 save percentage. She has dropped off a little as the season has gone on. The defense has struggled a little as well. But for the most of the season, she was one of the top goaltenders in Division III and one of, if not the best, freshman goaltenders for a while in Division III as well. She is very talented, making her 16th start, the freshman from High Point Regional High School. Again, this is almost a must-win here for the Garnet after dropping 3 of the last 4, 2 of them being, I should say 3 of them. 3 of them being losses in the conference. So things getting a little dicey here right now if you are a fan of the Garnet. And it's going to be against a tough offense here. Both teams have allowed 21 goals. Swarthmore has scored 30 on the season. However, Bryn Mawr has scored 47. Garnet and what else? The home Garnet with white. They'll be attacking the gold to our right. Bryn Mawr looking like Iowa coming in the gold and black. And they charge right in front of their own bench. Novi Getgluck had it and push it to the right side. This will be Maggie Barilla, number 7. Gets it up that far side, and here comes early pressure from the Owls inside their offensive 25. This has maybe been a problem here for Swarthmore, is slow starts. Even though for most of the year they had not allowed a first quarter goal. In fact, I believe it was against McDaniel when they finally allowed one. But they have allowed now 4 while scoring 6, but they have notoriously gotten off to slow starts in the first half of quarters. As charging in is Annick Van Blurkom, and right away will draw a corner. And that'll draw cheers below us from the Bryn Mawr faithful. So Bryn Mawr with the early corner. This will be their 141st. Taken to the left of the cage as we see it. A cool, humid day here in southeastern PA as a drive. That one smothered before it got in on Conklin. That was taken by Eva Yakora. And a foul, and this one will go against the Owls, as signaling for the foul was head coach Hannah Harris. And the officials listen. Pass scoots by the Garnet, fielded near midfield and pushed on by Maggie Barilla. Couldn't quite get in the circle. Trying to get out of a double team. A little trouble here for the Garnet. Stolen away and stolen cleanly. Looking to push in the circle, Yasmin Peterson. Pops up, and this is going to pop up off of the stick of an Owl. And a break there here for the Garnet here. We are 2 minutes gone by in quarter number 1. 15-minute quarters. We play 4 unless we are tied. And then we play a little extra. Have not had that yet since the Rowan contest here on home turf. And admittedly, that was a surprise. That was the number 2 ranked team in the nation. And that's when Cassandra Conklin made a name for herself. 18 saves in that one before the Garnet fell 2-1 as a reverse. Slides in towards goal, battled for, and now playing with the wrong side of the stick are the Owls. Looks like they got number 8, Hazel Miller, the sophomore out of Newport, Pennsylvania. And right away a steal there on the cue. There's Hazel Miller. Pass to the top of the circle. Coming out to challenge is Conklin. Shot comes in. Oh, deflected. It was going wide to her right. Teammates had her back, or at least her side on this one. Cleared to the 25, but still in possession. This will be Paige Schaefer, one of the captains of the Owls. To middle, Barilla. And then that's stolen away as it gets into the 25. And now a chance here to move on for the Garnet. This is Campbell. Campbell sending it up to the flyer and Finley. Finley trying to push her pass. Not a strong one there. It was stolen away by Anik Van Blurkum. And then a foul here, I believe they're going to get the aforementioned Finley. Pass, that one stolen away. Not a smart one there, stolen by Twitchell. Grace Twitchell trying to send it in the circle, deflected loose. Play allowed to continue. And a foul on Twitchell as she fouled Barilla. Restart coming from Schaefer. Sarah Chapman, Paige Schaefer, along with Courtney Catone. Tri-captains here for Victor Brady and Bryn Mawr. Bryn Mawr does not need this win. They are in the postseason. More than likely, they are going to be looking at a 3 seed. They finish against Johns Hopkins on Saturday. Now again, is Hopkins beatable? Yeah, but they haven't been too often in Centennial Conference play. But a loss today and a loss against Hopkins would put them at 6-4, and if a team like Swarthmore can win the next 2, all of a sudden they have a tiebreaker on Bryn Mawr. So you can see where the balance is in all this. Bryn Mawr, like I said, they're in. They should be in with no problem. The key players, though, Swarthmore, Haverford, and Ursinus, all knotted up at 4-4 in conference. Washington College could falter, but more than likely they're in as well. So 3 teams playing for 1 spot here. And the home team here is one that needs it. Good steal with a tackle right there at midfield by Amelia Landry. Twitchell trying to go up the right side, gets fouled. Landry in her 16th game, the freshman out of Glenville, New York. She'll restart it along the sideline. Looking for a place to go. It deflects off a couple bodies. And they're going to say first it went off of Miller. It did hit a Swarthmore player, but that was because of the first foul. Ooh, and a deflection there. Ooh, and down. That one right into the gut. Miller deflecting it. And the official calling time to give the aggrieved player a chance there. That's Kate Irvin, the sophomore from Millington, Maryland. And she appears to be okay, thankfully. I think Hazel Miller's going to have to owe her a soda after that one. Pass gets by a couple players. Van Blurkum had to go back to get it. Her pass deflected. Carrying here. Trying to get away. Good tackle there by the captain, Callie Cho. And then getting it right back was Miller. Up the near sideline. And they're going to say that was tipped last by Izzy Robinson-Clote. Local junior from Hollicong, PA, went to George School in Newtown. As a misplay by Finley. Played it off her leg and not her stick. George School lost a 1-0 game to Shipley in a Friends League semifinal yesterday afternoon. And that one goal came after a player from George School was given a green card for not wearing their mouthpiece. playing a player down for 2 minutes. They gave up a goal. It was the only one in the game, and their postseason ended abruptly. George School was the higher seed in that one, too. There's a foul here called against the Owls. The Owls showing a lot more speed right now and a little more aggression as well. Not anything hard or illegal, but they're definitely playing a little more aggressive and a little quicker here as Hazel Miller called for a foul there. Trying to spread them out now is the Garnet. Pass there from Landry. Got to Fuselier. Again, Fuselier plays listed as a defender, but she plays a lot up in the midfield as well. Trying the left side, pinned along that sideline. Good job defensively there by the Owls. Number is hard to read here. We're trying to find out who that was. That was number 2 there playing good defense. That's Thekla Eubenville from West Gardner, Maine. And now back the other way. Here comes the Garnet. Maybe underrunning that one a little bit. As good hustle to get back there with Schaefer. Crowley had a chance, maybe gave up on it a little bit too quickly. Cho near the top of the circle into a double team. Advantage given here as a foul was going to be called on the Garnet, but play allowed to continue. Play a little scattered right now. Looked like that one went off of Miller's leg, no call. Then a pass to the center, stolen away by Yakura. Yakura looking to get it back, won't. Dodging in the circle, popped up. Yakura will get it back. Ball deflected wide, sent back to the middle of the circle. And then off of Yakura as the centering pass went off of her leg. The steal, the push, the reverse, gets into the circle, turnaround. And a corner is going to be called as a foul. Goes off the body of a player. I believe it was Hitchingham. So corner number 2. And inserting will be one of the tri-captains in Paige Schaefer. Clock stops with 5:53 to go, so Swarthmore can get their protective gear all squared away. Sent to the top, to the right, swept along the ground. That one deflected. Conklin trying to knock it away. She'll save that. And thought I heard a whistle. No whistle was called, so Garnet will have to play it out. Good job there right away by Conklin. This game has definitely been tilted so far in favor of Bryn Mawr. Loose ball picked up by the Garnet. Up the left side, sent deep. At least it gets it out of trouble. But the Owls have it. Trying to play it. Hear the fans here cheering for their Bryn Mawr Owls. Bryn Mawr not that far away from here. Miller with a move, got rid of Cho. Pass up the middle, makes it to the top of the circle. A lot of players for both sides falling down right now. Ball comes in to the circle, flipped up. That one turned aside by Conklin. And then a foul here called. Luckily for the Garnet on the Owls. Bryn Mawr after the turnover. Able to get it to Novi Getgluck. Top of the circle, tries to flick it in. That'll be Yakura. That one coming loose. Shot coming in, score. Only a matter of time. Conklin tried to go down to save it. And nearly 11 minutes in, all that pressure finally leads to a goal. For Bryn Mawr, it is 1-0, and you can see why they have scored over 3 goals a game with that kind of pressure. This is an Owls team that was only 8-8 last year, 3-7 in conference. So Victor Brady really has turned this thing around in a year. So far, 4 shots in the game, and they've all been for the Owls. Waiting for the official signal. Official call of that goal. As a foul already turns it over that quick, and Barilla will restart. Off to the right, and here come the Owls again. Trying to fly down that left side. Irving gets fouled. Owls will maintain possession. Quickly into their 25. Sent in towards the circle. And then they foul in the circle here. So it is scramble mode early here for the Garnet. Restart by Twitchell. Ends up on the far side. The reverse, trying to flip it down that sideline. Finds an Owls stick. Kim nearly stepped up to steal it. Owls able to play it back. Chipped on, good steal. Oh, and a foul there, tough call. As sticks collided after that swing, and they're going to say the foul was on the Garnet on that one. 3 minutes left to go here. They have given the goal to Kate Irvin. That'll be her 8th of the season. Assist going to Eva Yakura. That's her 5th of the season. And she is one of the leaders in points at 19. Now tied with Irvin. As a foul outside the 21. Quickly restarted. Barilla trying to drive it in. And it is touched last by the Garnet. Be a 25 coming in here. For the Owls is calling for the ball as Barilla to restart. No timeouts can be called here in the college game. Right now, Hannah Harris hopefully trying to will this clock to move a little quicker so she can talk to her charges and settle them down. As a foul on the Garnet inside the 25, so this can't be driven into the circle. Got to be carried 5, sent back by Barilla, so that's taken care of. Driven, smothered. Good job there by hitching them to at least slow it up, and then a foul here against the Owls. 1:50 to go here. And a helter-skelter first. And except for a push or two, it didn't last very long. This has been a one-sided affair here in favor of the visiting Owls. Again, lost last year 1-0 at their home. Won the previous 2. And had lost 3 before that. In fact, Swarthmore has won 7 of the last 10 meetings. Martina Campbell had that lone goal in the win last year. Bryn Mawr with the steal as we hit a minute left to go. Top of the circle. And they're going to get a stick foul, I believe, on Twitchell. Usually with that reverse stick that Barilla had, it's important that the reverse is controlled. Now, from our angle, obviously, we can't see everything, but officials deeming that the reverse was under control and Swarthmore had fouled. And so the insert coming again here from Schaefer. Owls spread out top of the circle. Clock put back in motion under a minute. Carried and sent to the left. Swept along the ground. And they tried to get it to the right post and have it deflected in, but went through a crowd and over the end line. So a 16 coming out here for the Garnet. Sarah Chapman from Smithtown, the junior out of New York. Over on that post, could not get the redirect. Swarthmore sneaking down that left sideline. Pass, though, finds an Owl. They have had all the angles pretty much cut off here. Only problem is their footing. And now they're going to get a foul here, trying to play at it against the Garnet. And Bryn Mawr will come to the near side, right in front of their bench. And with a little bit of speed, up that left side, that's Brooke Leibowitz out of Gladwin, PA. Speaking of Shipley, that is where she is from, the sophomore. And as we explained where she's from, the clock runs out. Dominated by the Owls here. The field leaning to the left. We'll see if Swarthmore can tilt it back to the right a little bit here. They've got 2 minutes to talk about it. We got 2 minutes to see what will happen in quarter number 2. Bryn Mawr with the early 1-0 lead here in this crucial Centennial Conference matchup for the Garnet. We'll be back in a moment. Quarter number 2 here on the Garnet Sports Network. Quarter number 2 ready to get underway here from Clothier Field at Swarthmore University. Darryl Dobes back with you here. Quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard in the Centennial Conference. And things not starting out real well here on 2 fronts for the Garnet. They're down 1-0 here and being severely outplayed. Well, they probably wanted Haverford to win. That ain't happening right now, as they are early in the second, and the Bears Versailles on the road with a 2-0 lead at Haverford. Ursinus has winless Gettysburg to close out the season on Saturday. Swarthmore can at least control its own destiny if they can get a Haverford win, regardless of a win or loss tonight. Not looking that good right now. Johns Hopkins is leading over Washington College by a score of 2-0. Washington College coming up on Saturday has Dickinson. Dickinson's been playing well, but still there near the bottom of the conference, so can't assume on help there. Bryn Mawr still hoping they can maybe get a piece of the regular season conference title. If they can get a Hopkins loss and a win here, they play each other to close out the year. Steal here by Yakura. Yakura to the top of the circle. Foul called. Advantage given. Continuing, and now a foul will have to be enforced. It'll be another corner. 4th one already. And despite having the center pass to start this quarter, starting just like the first one did. They have not converted on their other 3. And again, they'll set it up with Schaefer. 3 Owls clumped together, top of the circle. They'll come middle. The drive, shot, score. Eva Yakura. Ties her teammate Kate Irvin for the goal lead at 8. And they do convert on corner number 4, and it's 2-0.
Bryn Mawr goal by number 3, Eva Yakura, assisted by number 13,
Schaefer getting the lone assist. That's her first points of the year. As the backliner. Normally not in a scoring position. And again, Swarthmore giving it up, trying to get position, but giving up the center pass. And now this pass is misplayed off the stick of Twitchell. Long pass to the far side. Handled with not much problem there by Van Blerkum. And here come the Owls again. Pass makes it over to Novi Getgaluk. And then she lost it. Trying to move it the other way. Here's Grace Twitchell. But she gets cut off. Great job by Getluck. And then that raised ball ends up hitting an Owl. And that was illegal. And they'll get the ball and having to chase it back. Courtney Catone, that third tri-captain. And a foul called against Deborah Kim. Trying to steal that away. Unable to do so. Double team on the far side. Kim in on it. And it is stolen away. And the foul this time against the Owls. So a quick restart, but again, giving it right away. And the steal from behind, they're going to nail Miller on that one. So Amelia Landry will restart. Tried to send it into the circle. The Owls are right there. Owls trying to pass it to themselves there. As Hazel Miller sent it too far. Owls able to eventually get it back. Then losing it was Getgluck over the sideline. Into the contest, Sarah Cooper, listed as a defense freshman out of Warrington, PA. The Titan out of Central Bucks South, wearing number 16. Although right now she is at midfield. As Swarthmore loses it over the sideline. Right now the speed and pressure of Bryn Mawr just too much here for Swarthmore to combat. As Noor Wenderlich from Lingewaard, Netherlands, a freshman, getting ready to check in here for the Owls as they send one over their offensive end line. It's a 16 coming up here for Swarthmore. Grace Fuselier, outstanding sophomore back for the Garnet. We'll start it up. Good step up there to steal it away near midfield. Sent loose to the middle. Hustling over to get it will be Getgluck. She'll drive it. Her drive smothered, though. That was smothered by Cho. Who else? She seems to be everywhere on the field. I've been impressed with her. Every game I've gotten to do here, she is just end-to-end nonstop. She has got to be the soundest sleeper in the world for all the running around she does. Getgluck with a good move down the left side. Nice move there by Miller to get in the circle. Miller trying to swipe it in. Got loose. Cho sends it out of trouble. Into open space. And a foul there. Bumping was Maggie Barilla. He's trying to hustle up, but it was Jackie Crowley. And I thought the foul was a little closer to midfield. The officials think otherwise. That's why they're calling the game, and I'm not. Restart by Amanda Rossler, the junior from Brookfield, Mass. And a mistake there by the Garnet. As out of the game comes Thekla Ewenville. And in comes the aforementioned Noor Wenderlich. Pass back into some space. Catone. Able to find Barilla. Barilla had her pocket picked. That was by Kim. Kim trying to carry. Gets tripped up, and that's going to be a corner, and actually might be a card. Inadvertent. And this one's going to be a green card here. Saying, I didn't do anything. As they're going to get Barilla for 2. She'll have to have a seat. Could have been a corner, too. Officials didn't deem it that way. This back into the game is Charlotte Hauptman, Ann Arbor, Michigan sophomore. Ball sent into the circle, unfortunately for the Garnet. Went right onto the stick of an Owl. And a deflection trying to move it up there, break there for Catone and the Owls. Under the lights here at Clothier for the final time, at least in the regular season. There's a good dodge there by Hauptman. Hauptman down the alley. Trying to get away and will foul, trying to get free. Good defense there by Amelia Landry. Saturday's game against Haverford will be a 4 o'clock start. Pass up to Finley. Finley tried to make a dodge around Miller, but sent it too far. Reverse up the sideline, stolen away, swatted back by Sarah Cooper. With it is Crowley. Crowley into the circle. Not a shot, but kicking it away anyway is Titus. The senior from Warren Hills High School, Mansfield, New Jersey. Having a fine season in her final campaign for the Owls. Pass into the circle, and they're going to stop play there as it went over the end line. It's trying to start quickly here. Is the Garnet. They're trying to get the Owls not back on defense. Doesn't seem to work as the Owls got back pretty quick. Foul in the Garnet, advantage given. Collision near the top of the circle. Owls still have it. On the left side, Kim had it. Lost it. Aerial, that went into a crowd, and so that goes against the Garnet. Penalty is over for Barilla. Now the Owls are back to even strength. 7:20 left to go here in the first half. It is a half that has been dominated by the Owls here. More so in the first, but still controlling things in the second is a reverse. That one a dangerous play there. Not controlling that reverse was Yakura. Yakura, a sophomore from Ashburn, Virginia. Riverside High School, one of the leaders in shots, 61 of them. In fact, that leads the team by a mile. As Elizabeth Zack, the sophomore from Sewickley, PA, and Sewickley Academy out in the Pittsburgh area, has checked in, number 21 for the Garnet. Also checking in Emma Duffield, the freshman from Milton, Delaware. She wears number 8. Good job controlling that bouncing ball by Barilla. Sent it back to Catone. Catone cut off one way, comes back the other. Schaefer there, captain to captain, but her pass knocked away onto the stick of Cooper. And Cooper called for the violation. Quick restart, ends up on Chapman. Chapman had it knocked away, but goes over the sideline. Letting it go smartly was Getgluck. And the Owls will restart. Again, we have seen fast teams here before. Rowan is definitely in that group. It's a long drive. That one finds Yakura up near the 22 or the 25-yard line. Her pass over to Getgluck. She'll have to hustle over into the left alley to get it. We'll drop it back for a little relief. Schaefer to the middle. Aerial, that one jumped right up. Barilla right into the face of a Garnet player and the foul called. But Schaefer will get it right back after a bad pass by the Garnet. Then the Garnet will steal it. And then a foul by Barilla. But we have seen fast teams come in here to Clothier. This game has definitely been a bit helter-skelter as a foul here trying to get that aerial pass from Elizabeth Zack. Couldn't quite control it. With 5 minutes left to go here in the first half. Kim with the steal, and finally a break here for the Garnet as they're going to get a corner. that pass missent off to the right. Ended up right on the stick of Deborah Kim, who tried to make a move in the circle but got fouled. And now an opportunity here that Garnet really need to do something with this. Cannot sub until the corner starts. Waiting to come in is number 12, Grace Twitchell for the Garnet, as well as number 2, Thekla Eubenville for the Owls. Insert from Fuselier. To the top of the castle, the drive, that one deflected. Foul call, it'll be another corner. As it ended up ricocheting off the leg of Eva Yakura. And the Garnet will get their second corner. And this one will be Callie Cho. A senior from Austin, Texas. State Stevens Episcopal. Sends it to the top. Pass across. Drive, deflected, smothered, and another foul will be called. Not 100% sure of the reason for that one. I think there was a stick foul of some sort by the Owls, but the Owls are flying here. Swarthmore might have to try to find a way to pick up the pace on these corners. And they'll send Sophia Hitchingham off this time. So she'll insert and more than likely go to the left post. There's a crowded castle up at the top of the circle. Hitchingham up top, gets loose, stays in possession, driven, foul. And this foul, though, was outside the circle, so no corner opportunity as it hit Yakura. The restart. Finally played into the circle and then back out, and the Owls, excuse me, dancing with it. Lost it. Gets over to Zach. Zach into the circle. And a steal is an inadvertent trip there by Zach. She nearly upended Schaefer. The foul called. And the Owls will play it all the way back. The full 100. And then that pass over the sideline. Unable to get to it was Getgluck. Carrying is Cooper. Cooper fouled, but outside the circle. So no corner with 3:40 left to go. Swarthmore has stemmed the tide here a little bit, but still need to find a way to get on the board. Driven to the circle, kicked away. This will go over the end line, not intentional, so no corner. Just trickled over that end line. So it's a 25 coming in here. And it'll be taken by Rossler. Rossler to Cooper. Cooper lost it, got it back, sent it in the circle. Trying to get it is Zach. Zach fighting with Schaefer for it. Schaefer, a little spinorama, able to get fouled. And the 16 here will gain some space for the Owls. But there's another pass on that sideline that went too wide and Getgluck couldn't play it. Cooper carries on the self-start. Sends it towards the circle, Zach. Zach tried to make a move, able to get it to Crowley. And I thought they were whistling a free hit from 25 for the Garnet. However, they're saying Garnet knocked it over that end line. So that's why the 16 here for the Owls. Owls all of a sudden having a little trouble getting out of their defensive half. Although this foul will help as Yakura got fouled trying to make a move with 2:10 to go. Goals by Yakura and Irvin. Yakura in the second off a corner. Irvin off a loose ball in the first. Restart here by Schaefer. Sag Harbor, New York. Transfer out of Lehigh. Pearson High School out in Sag Harbor. Now with 2 balls on the field, we get 1 taken care of, and Schaefer will restart. She'll send it all the way back to Catone. Fakes the pass. Comes over right, stolen away by Kim. Sent it into a crowd. Kim, no spacing there with Crowley right now. Crowley smothered her. That led to a problem, and now Kim with the foul, and Kim thinks the foul was on the Owls and isn't. Sorry, young lady, it's against you guys. So that raised ball ended up hitting Catone. Catone on the restart. Knocking it down is Twitchell. Twitchell double teamed quickly, and stealing it from behind will be Miller. Owls carrying it back into trouble, but very confident. Then a dodge, lost. This one picked up by Hitchingham. Hitchingham in the circle, had it knocked away. Hitchingham looking to turn around, flips it towards the middle. Into a crowd, no bodies hit. Cleared to the sideline and hustling to save it. And to play it on, even though it hit a body. Great job there by Sophie Vatz. Sophomore out of Cheshire, Connecticut. Final 20 seconds. Foul call just outside the 25. Kim will restart. Drops it off. Chance here, but they got to hustle if they want to get in the circle, maybe get a corner. Driven, deflected, up in the air, batted away cleanly, but a foul will be called and a corner upcoming. Good play there by Titus, but the foul came before she cleared it. And that's the corner they needed here with 2.5 seconds left. Now, this isn't like hockey or basketball where you've got to get the shot off and in before time runs out. This corner will continue until it comes to a conclusion, even if the horn goes off. So there's got to be a foul here by the Garnet, a clear, or a goal. Hitchingham. To top of the castle. They'll come left of it, though. The drive, the shot, deflected. Loose, knocked away there by Titus. Another shot. That one redirected. It was touched. That shot goes over the end line. Even though it would have been a 25 coming in, it ends the corner. And, well, moral victories, if you believe in them. Swarthmore with good pressure there in the latter part of the second quarter. Able to get something going offensively and keep the ball in their offensive half. But still, for the better part of this contest, it has been dominated by Bryn Mawr. And that is why they lead 2-0 as Swarthmore will head off into their locker room. And they will talk about things during this 10-minute halftime. Bryn Mawr, well, they get stuck out on the field here. No place for them to go. Again, goals by Yakura in the second, Irvin in the first. Provide the score here. 2-0. We'll come back. We'll give you the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll get you set up game by the numbers. Quarter number 3 from Clothier Field. Again, a big, big late-season Centennial matchup here, especially for the Garnet. But they're on the back end of a 2-0 score to the Owls of Bryn Mawr. We'll be back in a moment here on the Garnet Sports Network. Halftime continues here at Clothier Field. Swarthmore University, Darrell Dobus back with you high atop this beautiful new layout that they have broken in this year. New track, new turf. Right now, the turf seeing their hometown ladies with a 2-0 deficit here through one half of play. Taking a look at the Centennial Conference out-of-town scoreboard. Non-conference, Dickinson. They've been playing well here down the stretch. Winners now of 4 in a row. Still 5-11 on the season, but they take care of Mary Washington at home by a 5-3 count. Still have no tally yet for Gettysburg at McDaniel at halftime. Johns Hopkins at home on top of Washington College, 2-0. Ursinus was on top 3-1. Haverford has gotten one back under the hometown lights. Third period, 3 minutes gone. It is the Bears with a 3-1 lead. That is the big game right now if you are a Garnet fan. And you want Haverford to win that one because you can control your destiny if they win. If Ursinus does, it is out of your hands. Franklin Marshall, Muhlenberg. Franklin Marshall right now. Muhlenberg, give them credit. The Mules have tied things up at 1 apiece early in the third period. They were losing that one 1-0 through the first half. 2-0 here, of course, our score as the team's getting ready to come back into play. Looking at women's soccer final for McDaniel, the Green Terror at home, a 2-1 win over Washington College. In the second half, it's the Blue Jays of Johns Hopkins. They're on top of Dickinson 2-0. Franklin Marshall, no score reported yet. Muhlenberg down at Ursinus 2-0. That is in the first half. Women's volleyball, Haverford with a 1-set lead over Ursinus. They are up in the second, 20-17. 1-set lead for Franklin Marshall at Muhlenberg. Won 25-23 in the first. They're up 24-17, trying to close out set number 2 and take a 2-0 lead in that one. Johns Hopkins with a 2-set lead. Identical 25-15 scores over Washington College, trying to get the sweep. Gettysburg and McDaniel grinding things out here. That is your full out-of-town scoreboard, and all of it female-dominated. Again, the game we will be watching closely is that Ursinus-Haverford game. Again, if Ursinus wins that one, a loss here by the Garnet doesn't rule them out, but they need some serious help, and they're going to need it from a team that hasn't even won a conference game yet in Gettysburg. A Haverford win, and then win or lose in this one, Swarthmore can get in with a win on Saturday against Haverford, and they would own the tiebreaker against both of them. Finley trying to get it in to the circle, didn't quite hit it cleanly, tries to turn around, hit it again, ball still loose, kicked up to the top of the circle. Good pressure here early on by Swarthmore. Kim sends it to the circle, leaks out to the left wing, shot, whoa, look out. That looks like one of my drives off the tee there as Quinn Basewitz tried for the reverse on goal and sent it on a 90-degree turn right through the circle. Nobody hurt, fortunately, as Kim with a near steal on the attempted pass there by Van Blerkum. Henrik Van Blerkum, Voorburg in the Netherlands, a freshman defensive player, has started all 16 contests for the Owls. Near steal for the Garnet. Owls pushing. And they'll at least flip the field a little bit here. But it ends up on the stick here. I believe that's Hitchingham. With it now, Basewitz. Trying to carry, being funneled by Barilla. Funneled into a double team, now triple team if you include the sideline. Foul against Basewitz. Play allowed to continue as it's stolen away by Chapman. They try to get it back to Chapman. The Garnet able to take it away. Way too early to play a four-corner style. But right now, Bryn Mawr, they just got to play defense. Make Swarthmore push and maybe push them into a mistake. Coming near side, Fiona Heaps. Senior out of Washington, D.C. Tries to pass up the sideline. The official blowing a whistle, I think initially signaled the wrong direction. And now is finally clarifying things. This will be a foul against Swarthmore. That happens. I've done it. Every official's done it. It's like, oh, wait a minute, I made a mistake. Hold on, let me correct it. No one argued it, so no problem. Trying to make a dodge there was Fuselier into the leg of Miller. Foul against the Owls. Cho trying to send it long, got hit into a crowd. And now a foul here. They're going to end up getting the foul on Eubanville. Knocked away by the Owls. And we got an injury here. Hopping on one leg is Van Blurkum. Although she seems to be shaking off. She was hopping on that left leg for a while, holding her right one up behind her. So whatever happened there, a cramp or hitting her, the ball hitting her, she seems to have shaken that off. It's an obstruction call against Basewitz. Up the sideline. Great pass down that sideline by Eubanville. Trying to get to it. Great hustle there by Robinson Clote. Forced the Garnet to play it. Cho in a triple team. Gets out of it. Good flick down the sideline. Hustling after it is Campbell. Campbell is fouled. Look at the foul in Catone. Or will they? Everyone playing like it, they're going to get the foul in Campbell instead. Replayed. And a pass. That one sent wide by Van Blurkum. So in the offensive half. For Heaps and the Garnet. Good drive down the sideline. Trying for Kim. Foul called on Van Blurkum. Quick restart by Kim. Pass into the circle. A good one, but it only found an owl stick. A lot of fighting for it, and they're going to get a stick foul on Hitchingham. I thought for a moment we might have had an injury here. Is seemingly okay as Eubanville, number 2. West Gardner, Maine. Fine arts major is the junior. Basewitz in a double team. Tried to lift it on a dodge to get past her. A collision. They're going to get the contact there on Eubanville. She went down. They're going to get the foul on her. A little conversation there with Basewitz after that over there on the 25. And the restart by Heaps. Some players getting some longer playing time than we've seen here, at least at home, for Hannah Harris. Some names we haven't called as much. Cho gets the loose ball, sends it into the circle, but sends it wide. Trying to find anybody. Closest player was Kim, but she could not get to it. No change in the scores between Haverford and Ursinus as they have 5 minutes to go in the third. Fuselier on the restart after the foul by Vats. Sends up to the 25 and foul called on Campbell, and she wants to know why. Official says, I got a game to call as play continues. Good steal on that far side. Bouncing ball, though, taken right back by the Owls. That was a great steal over there by Twitchell. Defense corralling the loose ball. Their own 25. Flicked up. Hitchingham. Hitchingham tried to get it to Kim. Stolen away, however. Hannah Harris wanting a foul, none coming. Basewitz gets the loose ball on a reverse dribble. Down the sideline. Advantage called. Now the foul will be called here as Van Blurkum called for the foul. And the restart way too close here. Got to go back to where the foul originated. And Basewitz says, am I good? Official says, yeah. And we'll go. Into a crowd, top of the circle. Maybe not the wisest thing to do. Trying to draw a foul, do anything, is driving it the length. This thing's going to be slowed up, so it's going to have to be played. In fact, it's going to come to a dead stop just outside the scoring circle. As Yakura just getting it out of trouble. And now Yakura stealing the attempted clear. Trying to go in the circle. That one defended. Pass up the sideline. Kim able to save it from going over. Tried to get it to Basewitz. He's trying to go around Eubanville. Does, but the foul on Eubanville. Then a drive. Oz, but that was a good, clean drive right there. Played on that far side by the captain, Paige Schaefer. Sent to the sideline and kept in. Pushed down that left alley. Trying to find the middle. They were looking for Miller. Got knocked away. Fuselier, good stick work just to get clear. Got it over to Cho. Cho with a little bit of space. Midfield to Hitchingham. Hitchingham has Basewitz. To her left, will use her. Basewitz down that left alley. Bodies contact, and a foul will be called. And wanting it was Crowley, and Crowley got it. 6:29 to go. Fast-moving third quarter. As into the circle, loose ball, and finally an opportunity. The hard work paying off a little bit here. Another corner for Swarthmore. Corners now at 4 apiece, but Swarthmore's came in one bunch. As corner specialist Anna Stankovsky, junior out of Lowe's, Delaware. That knee brace on the right leg will insert. Hannah Harris gets her in just to hang out near midfield. And if corners happen, she is a key inserter here for the Garnet. To Cho at the top of the circle. The drive, Basewitz shot, looking for the redirect and misfiring on it. Stankovsky was on the post and had a chance, but it hopped up on her and she just couldn't redirect it. Oh, and she is just reacting with a, well, I can guess what she wanted to say on that sideline. Let's just say she wasn't happy. Oh, she is frustrated with herself. She had a goal. Would have been her first, too. Owls on the far sideline. Working that sideline well. Speed on that sideline. All the way down near the circle. Carrying it in the circle. That's Werndledge. Had it, and their pass up top ended up being stolen away. Trying to flick on, play allowed to continue. No foul, dropped off to Cho. Cho across. Basewitz was going to get it. Picked up by Hitchingham first. To Basewitz in the circle. Her reverse. Got smothered. And again, you got to control that reverse stick. And a good job there defensively by Eubanville to do just that on defense. Eubanville had it stolen away, then took it right back from Basewitz. And now a foul here called on the Owls. Deep along the sideline, near the end line here. Basewitz on a restart. Hopped away from Landry. Imagine that. Cho finds the ball. Cho, ball was deflected. They're going to say touched last by number 17, Sophie Vatz. Basewitz to Cho. Cho, triple team. Wanted to drop it off. Had no one to go to. Finally was able to find Heaps, who went to drive it. Hits off the body of Hopman. Basewitz, a wild swing. Never really got anything on it. Stolen away by the Owls. Sent up the sideline, but went right off the leg of Vatz. And play not really stopped. Play allowed to continue as Cho had it. Sent it across the far side. Unable to control it, though, is the Garnet. Ooh, and an unfortunate foul right there. Looked like a pretty good steal. But foul called on the tackle attempt. As they got the foul on Rossler. 3:30 left. Good dodge there by Getgluck. And then went off her foot, unfortunately, frustrating the Owls. Loose ball comes up to Campbell. Campbell pushing it down the right side, chasing after it is Zach. Zach out in front, maybe carrying it a little too far out in front. Not only lost it, but then fouled in the process trying to get it back. Basewitz will get the ball that hopped over Miller's stick. Loose it comes to Heaps. Back to Basewitz. A little trouble controlling it here right now is Fuselier with it. To Heaps. Quick little one touch, gets it into the 25. Stolen away there by Campbell. Sent to the circle, went off the leg, however, of Van Blurkham. And a restart coming up here. Foul coming. Circle, yes, corner. As Campbell pushing the action there was able to draw the foul and get another corner here with 2:24 left in the third. Martina Campbell out of Raritan, New Jersey, the senior. One of the leading scorers with 7. By the way, I mentioned Yakura and Irvin now with 8 leading scorers. They're actually tied for second. I can't read my own typing. Hazel Miller has 12, 32 points on the season for the sophomore. Insert coming to the top of the castle. Campbell, the drive, deflected off a stick, still loose, still in the corner, carrying it out, appears to be Yakura. And lost on the far sideline due to a foul. Restart by Cho. And did not carry it 5. It has to go 5 and either be carried by the player or touched by someone's stick. After 5 yards, can't go right in the circle, so a rare mistake there by Cho. As Fiona Heaps had a quick little breather, she's back out on the field. Obstruction call against the Owls. Chance here inside the 25 with 1:25 left. Pass to Cho, but it hops around. She lets it go to a teammate. Deflected. Thought we might have had a corner. Play allowed to continue. And now the foul going here against the Garnet. Thought they might have gotten the raised ball that did go off an Owl's stick. The officials did not think it was worthy. Play continued and did not benefit the Garnet, but that turnover does his Basewitz with the quick restart. Tried to get to the top of the circle. Hannah Harris begging for a foul, any foul somewhere. Garnet trying to push it in. And a foul will be called. Is it a corner? And it will be a corner just inside the circle. 44 seconds left. Swarthmore playing with a sense of urgency here in this third. They have kept the pressure in the offensive half, but they have not been able to get anything in towards Maggie Titus on goal. Titus officially 2 saves on 2 shots. 2 saves for Conklin as well, but she's allowed 2 goals. Cho, top of the circle, pass across. Twitchell, a little late on the release, and a foul is going to be called anyway as it went amongst a couple players for the Owls, hitting one of them. And that play just not quick to develop. 35 and a half seconds left here in the third. Boy, the Garnet could really use an uplifting goal here right now. Cho, top of a 3-wide castle. Campbell lost it, got it back to Twitchell. Twitchell, turnaround, deflected off a stick. Cho with it, trying to push it. She'll get fouled. That'll stop the clock with 20.9. Corner number 9 here coming up. NCAA counts every corner individually. Even if the first one didn't end, if another corner is called, that's considered 2 corners, not an extension of the first. So whether you agree with the math or not, here comes quarter number 9. Cho, again to the top of the circle. Campbell gives it up. Had to. Should have carried out first. Now a joust right at the top of the circle here. Campbell trying to win it. Owls will win it instead. They'll clear it out. That'll kill the corner. That'll kill the chance. That'll kill the quarter. The Bryn Mawr defense solid in front of their senior keeper, Maggie Titus, not allowing anything on her. Despite a lot of opportunities and a lot of missed ones there for Swarthmore. They're going to need 2 at minimum here in quarter number 4 when we come back. They need this win if they want to control their fate and their destiny into getting into the Centennial Conference postseason. 2-0 Bryn Mawr on top of Swarthmore. Back to Clothier Field in a moment here on the Garnet Sports Network. Getting ready to start quarter number 4 of action here at Clothier Field. Daryl Dobus with you. A little bummed out, not just because the home team's down 2-0, but I found out I didn't win an opportunity to purchase World Series tickets. So my night's getting worse here. I need the Garnet to come up big. Help me out. 2-0 the score here. Garnet need 2. Johns Hopkins has opened up a 4-0 lead through 3. They're going to remain undefeated in the Centennial Conference. 4th underway at Haverford, still 3-1 Ursinus with the lead, 12-16 to go in that one. Hey, and give it up to Muhlenberg right now. 4th quarter, 2 minutes in, and they are still tied at 1 with Franklin and Marshall. Muhlenberg at 3-6, still fighting hard. Franklin and Marshall 7-1, 1 game behind Johns Hopkins. And giving the Diplomats all they can handle. And on the start, Hazel Miller. Bryn Mawr with a free 16 here. You're the faithful that have turned out for this one as they will misplay it. Bryn Mawr does not look the same here right now that they did in the first 2 quarters. They just have not played as cleanly. Their defense has been good, but they have just not been as dominant as Basewood's trying to carry. Double team coming over. Hannah Harris wanting a foul. Not getting one. Cho trying to steal it. Kim comes over to help. Ball ping-ponging around everywhere. Finally gets sent up outside the 25. Stolen back by the Garnet. Sent in towards Cage. Goes in, however, not touched by a Garnet stick in the circle. 16 coming out here for the Owls. Played deep. Swarthmore's got to chase everywhere and all the time. As a foul called there, trying to reach in on the steal on Fiona Heaps. Kim driving it, wanting a 5-yard foul but not getting one is Bryn. And smothering it again is Kim. That's twice that she smothered the Van Blurkham drive. Chapman with it. Gets fouled. Now the field flipping a little bit in favor of the Owls. Restart here by Van Blurkham. Smothered a third time by Kim. Here comes Finley. Finley has some speed if she can get free. Catone tries to pick her up. Cuts her off. Nice play there by Courtney Catone, the senior from Middleton, Massachusetts. And then a foul on the Owls. Restart by Hitchingham. About 30 yards out. Tried to make a move. Maybe wanted to rethink that thought there. As a good hustle here. Good speed by the Owls. Good dodge into the circle. Coming out the challenge. Saving it once is Conklin. Deflected near the end line. Not illegally. What a great job to get back by the Garnet. Great push there. I think that was Hazel Miller that was pushing the whole way. Conklin with a desperation save. There's a foul called on the Garnet. And another foul on Cho. As Eubanville was trying to push it up. She'll give it off to Van Blurkham. 3 minutes gone here. Pass deflected again by Kim. And a stick foul here called against Eubanville. Basewitz the drive and a little strong there. Went high into the, not into the body, but close to the body of a couple different Owls. Restart by Eubanville. Good dodge away from Cho to get in the circle. Cho's teammates have her back though. And then losing it and fouling was Hitchingham. Restart for the Owls. Into the circle, deflected, and they're going to say deflected off the stick of Sarah Chapman of Bryn Mawr. Now with 4 minutes gone in the fourth. Garnet have to find a way to push. As Jackie Crowley, the Brewster, New York junior, checking in for the Garnet. Pass to the far side goes over the sideline. And then a foul called against the Owls. Restart coming up here for the Garnet. I believe that's Amanda Rossler on the restart. Again, a little tough here to see the numbers on the far side. Foul here on the Owls. Gives the ball back to the Garnet. And that was right. That was Rossler. Very good, Daryl. Your eyes aren't dead yet. Pass up the middle. That was a blind one, not a smart one. Stolen away by Miller. Heading to the shot, top of the circle, falling down, and the foul's going to be called. After falling down in front there, Hazel Miller. Obstruction foul here on the Owls. Miller just throwing her body at everybody right now. This time she will draw the foul. And now she's going to draw a 5-yard violation, which is going to get a corner. That was not a smart foul there by the Garnet. Playing it too soon. That was Grace Twitchell, who's a smart player. Senior from Glen Ridge, New Jersey. Just went and played Miller right away. And in doing so, you do that 5-yard violation, that's an automatic corner at every level. The officials right on top of it. Insert coming from the left of the cage as we see it. The captain, Schaefer. First shot deflected. Schaefer gets it back, flicks it towards goal. Conklin makes the save, diving save, a second one, but a third one goes in, unable to stop it. Are the Garnet. Elizabeth Zach tried to get a piece of it. And with 9:30 left to go, that might be, if not the nail in the coffin, that might have shut it. All that pressure that the Garnet had in the second and the third quarters and could not crack. The Bryn Mawr defense has come back to bite him here early in the fourth. And really, it was the speed and clean passing of the Owls that has been the Swarthmore downfall. Robinson Clote pass up that right alley. And now an obstruction call there on Fuselier. And the quick restart by Van Blerkum. That hit Cho. It was outside the circle. Or are they saying it hit an Owl? I thought they were saying Cho. I think Cho thought it hit her. Official had it the other way. No one from Swarthmore is going to argue. Basewitz can't handle the Fuselier pass. Well, things improving a little here for the Garnet. It's now 3-2 Ursinus. Just under 5 minutes to play at Haverford. It's a little overplay and a mishit by Barilla. Excuse me, that's number 4. That's Catone. Heaps will restart. Kim, the dodge around Blerkum. Then carries around Yakura. Midfield to Landry. 2-on-2 coming the other way. This will be Crowley. Crowley drives in the circle. Bodies in front, never gets in on goal. Tackle in front, bodies just falling everywhere. Still loose, they're still going at it. Got to play the whistle. And then wiping out on the drive was Yakura. And that drive high and dangerous here for Swarthmore. This is, especially in the first quarter, this has not been the cleanest game both ways. Very scattered, very helter-skelter from the jump. As Barilla trying to get a feed on the right side. Good job there by Basewitz to cut it off. Basewitz had it knocked away by Robinson Clote. Got around her, got fouled. They're going to get the foul there on Lilith Weinlick, local product from Westchester, PA. Went to Villa Maria Academy, home of the Hurricanes. Outstanding small school program in the state of Pennsylvania, District 1. Hustling after it, Crowley in the circle, turns around, ball knocked down, looking for a foul there, not getting one against Yakura, and then driven up the sideline. 6:20, the sand's running out quicker and quicker here for Swarthmore. Still no update after that 3-2 score from Haverford. Again, a loss here. They're not out of it, but the fate is out of their hands. Sent into the circle. That one got on goal. Don't know if Kim got a piece of it. Titus cleared it out. And then a pass. Just sneaks away from Zach. Foul called here. On the drive by Bryn Mawr. Basewitz on the restart. Her aerial. Trying to swat it down and missing was Barilla. Played down, sent in by Crowley. Deflected wide. It's going to be deflected off the leg, or off the stick, I should say, of Schaefer. If it was the leg, they would have cornered that. 5:20 left. Game over at Haverford. Ursinus picks up the 3-2 win at Haverford. And that puts Ursinus in the driver's seat right now for the 5th and final spot in the postseason. Up the left side. Good dodge to get free, sent in the circle. Bouncing ball, cleared out. Eubanville controlling it at her 25. Near tackle there by Basewitz. And Eubanville wiping out. A lot of players falling today. Looking for the reverse pass there was Cho. Foul, however, by Barilla. Pass makes its way to midfield. Crowley trying to hustle. 4:20 left to go. Gets away from Van Blerkum. Gets into the circle. Dodge too far, but a foul will come. And a break there for the Garnet. Yakura does not agree. Hopkins, Washington College. That is also a final. No surprise there. Johns Hopkins, the dominant Blue Jays, 5-0 win over Washington College. Still no update from Gettysburg McDaniel. Gettysburg searching for its first win in conference. McDaniel started out strong. They've lost their last 4 coming in. They're 1-7 in conference. Overtime in Muhlenberg. Franklin and Marshall. Muhlenberg tied at 1. Pass across. Still a chance. Driving. That one smothered right off the stick of Twitchell. Still loose in the circle. Popped up, but the foul is against the Garnet. We will try to get that McDaniel score. In the circle, kicked away, Titus. Rare save she's had to make today. Cleared out. A little bit of space. It's a 2-on-3 here. As Miller trying to hustle, but the pass is never going to get to her. Pushed up the left side. Al's right there with 2:47 left. Loose ball to 25. Swarthmore trying to get to it. Foul called against Swarthmore. Pushed up by Van Blerkum. Stolen by Cho. Again, that ball just always seems to find her stick. Pass across by Landry. Driven towards the circle, touches nothing. Over the back line with 1.5 to play. Well, we'll look the long way. McDaniel losing 1-0 to Gettysburg. Gettysburg will get its first win in conference of the season. And while that does not mean a whole lot in the grand scheme of things, obviously means a lot to Gettysburg. Maybe a little positive momentum going into the final day, and right now Swarthmore is going to need it. Gettysburg has Ursinus. And they will need an improbable win over the Bears for any hopes for Swarthmore with 40 seconds left. Right now, Bryn Mawr trying for its 6th shutout of the year as the ball pops way up high but into open space. Swarthmore still with it, driving along the end line, smothered away, trying to get rid of it, or the Owls, they spin around, they're able to clear it over the sideline with 20 seconds left. And then fouled, and it will be Bryn Mawr's play, but they really don't have to do anything. It's now back over the sideline, Swarthmore with it, trying to push. 2 seconds, one, the horn will sound. And that will do it. As Maggie Titus catching teammates, jumping into her arms as they all gather off to her left and celebrate the win, which now puts Bryn Mawr at 13-3, 7-2 in league. And maybe with a chance to move into the 2 seed. Meanwhile, for Swarthmore, they fall to 4-5 in conference, 9-7 overall, and now on a second 2-game losing streak in the last 2 weeks. And this one hurts a little bit more than the others. Bryn Mawr, they round out their season on Saturday against Johns Hopkins. Chance to do something no one else has done in conference this year. Swarthmore will get Haverford. So here's your game, your season by the numbers. And by the way, Muhlenberg, Franklin Marshall halfway through overtime. Still 1-1 in that one. Nice job by the Mules there. So here's how things are going to set up come Saturday as the league season winds down. Johns Hopkins will be at Bryn Mawr. That'll be a key matchup there. Nothing else for confidence for Bryn Mawr. Franklin Marshall is at McDaniel. Franklin Marshall, they're in. 7-2 at the worst right now if they lose to Muhlenberg. Dickinson's at Washington College. Muhlenberg has a non-league game at Misericordia. But the big games tomorrow will be at 1 o'clock at Gettysburg, and that is when Swarthmore is going to find out if they have any hope at all of making the postseason, because Ursinus is at Gettysburg, who just won their first conference game, ending a 9-game losing streak. They're 3-13 overall, 1-8 in conference. Ursinus with a win today, 5-4, 8-8 overall. Now, if Ursinus loses on Saturday, that would put them at 5-5. That would mean Swarthmore has to win over Haverford. Both teams are 4-5. If Haverford beats Swarthmore and Ursinus loses to Gettysburg, Ursinus still goes. They have the head-to-head matchup win over Haverford. If Swarthmore wins over Haverford and Ursinus loses and both of those teams are 5-5, Swarthmore will move on because they will have the head-to-head tiebreaker. So come 1 o'clock tomorrow, actually somewhere around 2:30, 3 o'clock, Swarthmore will know its fate on Saturday, whether the game against Haverford at 4 is for pride or whether it's for a shot at their second consecutive postseason appearance. And that is courtesy of the Ursinus win tonight, 3-2 over Haverford, and more importantly, the unfortunate 3-0 loss here by Swarthmore over Bryn Mawr. Swarthmore had won 3 in a row at home. Lost the last meeting here at home, 3-2. Maggie Titus now 3-1 overall in her fine career at Bryn Mawr against the Garnet. So we hope you will join us for what we hope is a must-win important game for the Garnet for the postseason. 4 o'clock Saturday here from Clothier. If you can't make it, join us on the Garnet Sports Network. It'll be Haverford coming into town with possibly a shot at the postseason on the line. They will need a win, and they will need an Ursinus loss. And how big, A, is the win over Ursinus for the first time in 70 years, and B, how big was the loss to Dickinson, who has played well down the stretch here, but a team that well out of the running. How big was that loss on Saturday, 3-2? That might be the one that does in the Garnet. We'll find out on Saturday. We hope you will join us here on the Garnet Sports Network. Goals by Yakura, Miller, and Irvin do the damage today. Titus with 3 saves, 3 as well for Conklin. Unfortunately, 3 goals got by the outstanding freshman keeper. That'll do it. Clothier Field on the campus of Swarthmore University. My thanks to the gang here for always making me feel good. Always fun doing these games. We hope, despite the loss, that you enjoyed it as well. Bryn Mawr, the 3-0 win over the Garnet. This is Darryl Doba saying thank you so much for watching. Please join us 4 o'clock on Saturday. Phillies aren't on yet. Haverford in town might determine a postseason berth. You have been watching Centennial Conference field hockey action here at Swarthmore University on the Garnet Sports Network. Have a good night, everybody.